Today, we're going to be talking about how you guys can improve your aim, improve your accuracy, and overall become a much better player. We're going to be talking about the fundamentals as well as sensitivity and just in-game things that you guys really need to understand in order to improve your aim. So if you guys are excited for the video, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So step one, to improve your aim in Call of Duty Mobile, what you need to do is you need to go into training mode. And what I like to do is kind of get an understanding for what your sensitivity needs. Now, I did a lot of research on the topic to try and understand what's super important about sensitivity and what do we kind of need to do in order to improve our aim. And I looked across some different videos and like different things on YouTube as well as different games just to understand what are the major topics that a lot of people cover, so that we can kind of condense all of that knowledge into one video for you guys. You should be able to do 180 degrees roughly. Now, again, a lot of the videos also were on like PC, so you're using like a mouse, or controller, so you're using a joystick. So on mobile, it's going to be a little bit different and a little bit more difficult to get a consistent 180 degrees. But as you guys can see, okay, so we can see the palette from the left and we can see the palette from the right. Now it's a little bit more on this side, but roughly we are getting into 180 degrees on both sides, right? With one pretty smooth motion. So I've upped my sensitivity a little bit. So I like to go in training mode. You can actually just use this directly and then go from, again, you're gaming. Now you can of course go and practice 180 degrees without like properly holding your phone or your iPad or whatever. But ideally you want to be able to do it like in an in-game sense. So I'm turning and I'm right there, right? I'm turning and I'm right there. So maybe I could up it even a little bit more. If you're not aimed in, you should be at 180. And when you are aimed in, you should be about 90. So we're going to go ahead and just increase both of these by just a couple percentage points. This one, I'm going to go ahead and increase by like just a few more there. And then we'll leave these roughly the same here. Maybe we'll just up both of those just a little bit. So now our flicks, our ADS should be about 90 degrees. So that's pretty good. That's honestly pretty close. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So again, we got to continue to practice, but I'm pretty happy with how far we can go there. And then we should turn, hit the middle of that. Turn, hit the middle of that. So now we've basically, that's where you've got to be for your sensitivity. Now let's talk about a couple exercises you guys can do to improve your aim as far as just a very basic standpoint. So what I again like to do is stay in training mode, and what I'll start by doing is just hitting each target one time and practicing. Again, as you move your sensitivity, your aim may be a little bit less accurate than what you're used to, because again, you've got to learn the muscle memory. So you need to spend a couple of minutes in here just really working on your aim, going from each target back and forth. All right, so we're jumping into the next section of this video. If you guys are enjoying thus far, make sure you drop a like on today's video. Also hit that subscribe button and let me know right now down in the comment section below, what is your current accuracy in Call of Duty Mobile? All right, so jumping into it, let's go ahead and talk about the fundamentals of in-game things that you need to practice as far as aim goes without like actually like practicing like shooting or anything like that. So the first major thing I would highly recommend that you guys do is pre-aiming, which means you're aiming down sights when you go around a corner. So instead of just running in, turning and looking down the stairs, what I would recommend you do is you turn while aiming in, right? So at this point, you don't have to then aim in and then start shooting. You just can start shooting like so. So that allows you to work on being a little bit more precise and practicing aiming wherever enemies might be. The next important part is making sure that you're aiming high, right? So for example, aiming in the legs, you're gonna have to hit them a lot more versus if you hit them in more of like an upper body region, something like that, you're going to be able to get a kill a lot faster. This bot is actually running from me. So as you can see, we're aiming here versus if we're aiming in the legs, it's going to take us a lot more time to be able to get that kill versus just aiming a little bit higher. So again, And the last and most important thing that I think is something that we should at least talk about in the game is recoil control. So understanding your gun. So right now I'm just aiming in without holding the recoil down at all. And we can see that this gun bounces and pretty much goes up in like a straight line. So what that means, so instead of allowing this to go straight up, what we can do is actually just hold down a little bit so that our aim stays pretty much nice and straight the entire time. And if you guys still haven't subscribed yet, but you've made it to this part in the video, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and comment down below shipment so I can see how many of you made it to the very end. All right, so what we want to focus it on is we want to go shipment hardpoint, and we're just basically going to run around and practice everything that we just did, right? So aiming around corners and just practicing shooting as much as possible. Again, you just want to kind of rush everything as fast as possible. Sliding around corners. And once you guys feel comfortable, you basically jump into ranked and then you continue to practice, get used to the sensitivity and all that sort of good stuff. So we're pre-aiming, we're aiming high. We're practicing our flicks. All right, guys, but that's pretty much it. You go in there, you just kind of practice everything we talked about. You adjust your sensitivity and then you just get used to it. And I'm telling you guys, this will overall help your aim by so much. We'll also be jumping into more tip videos talking about better movement, things of that nature. So if you guys are excited, like I said, make sure you guys stay tuned, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time.